Hello, I'm Matt Hostecki, and this is the Flex 5, where we take 5 minutes to shed a spotlight on different industries to help you, the viewer, get some helpful tips. Today, I have John Siuda with Edward Jones, and we'll be taking a look at personal finance. Welcome, John.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. So, what is the value of working with a financial advisor versus someone who wants to get all their tips off of Reddit and put all their money into GameStop? Might work for some, but probably not all of us, especially those that might be a little more risk adverse. But please tell us, why would somebody want to work with a financial advisor?
That's a great question, Matt. And I think you kind of already touched on it a little bit there. It kind of comes down to each individual's risk tolerance, how comfortable they are with risk in the market. If they can't stand the volatility and stomach, and that's the last thing that's racing through their mind at the end of each night when they're going to lay their head down on their pillow, when their mind's racing about, they just lost 20% on a stock that they found online and it was supposed to be the next big hit. So that plays into a part is playing with a or working with a financial advisor, and then also the value of us putting a plan together, whether that be for short-term savings goals, as far as buying a new house, saving for kids' education, or the ultimate goal of planning for retirement. Helping my clients realize what is most important to them, what their goals and dreams are, and then putting together a plan in place to help them identify where they are today, and then what minor tweaks or adjustments do we need to make to help them get on track for retirement. Biggest thing that I tell them is, when you decide to hang up your hat and you're done working, no one's going to be sending you that check each month. You're in charge of writing your own check. So we want to make sure that we have a good, solid plan and foundation in place so that they can retire comfortably and enjoy all that hard work over the years.
Excellent. So you're kind of like the architect or a quarterback for somebody's financial success or retirement planning.
Yeah, and I joke around with a lot of clients that I am the quarterback. I tell them to call me first. Don't even bother going on Google and sorting through reviews. Just contact me first. I'm sure I know someone to help them, with any other aspect, whether it be, working with an estate attorney or CPA or mortgage lender or realtor. I have a vast network of people that I know and trust. So I just try to help connect and facilitate and eliminate as many headaches as I can from my clients.
So I'm going to ask this, and I think you may have just answered it. But what are the differences between different advisors? What should folks look for in an advisor?
So another great question there. Not all advisors hold the same licenses or credentials. So for myself, I hold my Series 7 and 66. So I'm able to offer a wide array of investments and services to clients. Other great things to ask a financial advisor when you're interviewing them is, how do you work together? When I sit down with clients, I'm looking to build that long-term relationship with them. Not only do I want them to make sure I'm a good fit for them, but I want to make sure that they're a good fit for me as well. Other great questions to ask are, what services do they provide? You want to make sure that they have access to all investments out there. What other professional experience do they have? What's their investment philosophy? You don't want to be paired up with someone that is, into very high risk, aggressive investments when you're more of a conservative investor. And you really want your advisor to understand your investment philosophy. Other thing to ask is transparency of how they're compensated. Every client I know knows where every dollar goes and how I'm compensated.
So out of that, I'm going to ask you, what is the one piece of advice you would give folks when they're working with an advisor? In other words, how can you get the most out of working with your financial planner?
I think it all stems with any type of relationship, and it's all built on trust. My client has to trust me that I'm always going to have their best interest in mind, being a fiduciary, and always reach out to them to help keep them on track with their financial plans. And then I also have to trust my client that when I call and reach out, that they answer the phone or get back to me within a reasonable amount of time. So if we do need to make any adjustments that I see fit, we can certainly do that. Like I said, we're looking to build a long-term relationship with clients. So I think that's the main thing, is just that trust factor. Because at the end of the day, it's their money and it's my reputation. So
I can appreciate that. So, all right, I always ask everybody this. What is the one thing about your industry that the average person doesn't know? Can you share an industry tip?
So two things a lot of people don't realize is that when you hear the term financial advisor, not everyone holds the same certifications and licenses and credentials. So that would be one. And then two, just understanding how fees are structured with various investments. So working with someone that's very transparent and is comfortable explaining all the costs associated with the investments.
Those are two great tips, things that I didn't necessarily know. I was aware about the fee structures, but the different levels and different certifications of a financial planner. You kind of think that they're all created equal, and apparently they're not. So definitely good questions to ask. That does wrap up our Flex 5 today. So thank you very much, John. Appreciate your time and insight into personal finance. If anybody would like additional information, you can always contact John at 440-891-7830, or his email will be below on the screen. You can contact him using that as well. So this has been Matt Hostecki with the Flex 5. Thank you very much.